All right, what's up, everybody? We are live. You are live. Everybody is live this morning on the morning show. Let's get this show started. We're talking about crypto today. How can we not? Cryptos are breaking out left, right, and center. A good day to have Riley Rosebee on the show to talk to us about growthy things, growthy stocks, growthy cryptos, whatever. So we'll have Kenny, we'll have Riley. We'll have Steve. We have JC calling in from some mysterious destination. And that's what we got. Let's go. Drop me a like, please, and thank you. Let's bring him out. All right. We out here.
Hey. These cryptos making moves, huh?
The stocks more than the actual tokens, though.
The stocks, this is insane. This is literally like when companies were putting blockchain in their name, right? This is that all over again.
But it's not at all. It's the complete opposite, because what you're talking about was straight hype, where companies were literally changing their name from Long Island Iced Tea to Long Island Blockchain and going up 100%. Now, and I'm not talking about the treasury shitcoins. I'm talking about real crypto companies. Now they're signing deals, getting money. Microsoft now getting some skin in the game. That was the news yesterday that set the whole space off. Microsoft with the Nebius.
Yeah.
NBIS, which is just a fascinating situation, because this is the holding company of the old Yandex something, or they have an investment in Yandex, but also now a data center. Anyway, the stock was surging yesterday. And just throw up the table. You see this, JC? You got to really dive into this space, because not all these stocks are created equally. Mara, CleanSpark, some of these other ones that are 100% Bitcoin mining situations have been, have performed very poorly. Then on the other hand, you have stuff like Cypher, IREN, Applied Digital. Horse got bought out, which have performed great, and that's more of the compute story.
This table is like half as big as it should be, because there's like twice as many companies on this list now.
Well, guess what, Spencer? It takes a while to go through.
Okay.
For every one of these companies. Shout out to Louis for doing.
Shout out to Louis. No, yesterday, I mean, this QMMM thing, right? Was going bananas. You mentioned the Nebius, yeah, that was huge. But QMMM went parabolic and then crashed after hours last night.
Did it really?
Yeah,
it
tanked. Completely tanked. This thing hit a high of $303, like at the close. And
yeah, but you're seeing action in the cryptos themselves. Look at WorldCoin. Ever since me, Leiden, and Perlman went to go get our retina scanned, that thing doubled.
That was the signal. If only we had known then.
You guys see Oracle too? Holy cow! Oracle. Who are you, Oracle? 30%?
Yeah.
What?
There's a lot.
Stock's been great. Stock's been fantastic. A lot of these legacy tech stocks reinventing themselves as AI stories. Love to see it. Shout out Oracle.
Well, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Aren't they the ones that have the infrastructure to be able to capitalize on that the most? Isn't that what's going on, or no?
Oracle's got to be like a junior Mag 7 at this point, just because it's the Mag 7 playbook, right? They're a cash cow. They got a ton of money. They got, they're in an industry leadership position. So it's, I don't want to say it's hard to miss, but those companies that are already the top dogs and have all the money to spend to remain top dogs tend to figure it out, right? That's been the story with the Mag 7.
I think anybody with any kind of a cloud business is seeing unprecedented demand due to AI, right? Because cloud equals storage.
Also, they're some of the early I guess the value adds you're getting in a lot of these cloud and software products from AI is also really a part of the story. You get what I'm saying? The products and services are far better now with AI as well. A lot of them. Anyway,
that's part of it, right? Making things more efficient. Sure.
Can you throw up the
Making
Robinhood
things
announcement?
better.
How about the fact that you're going to be able to now short stocks on Robinhood in the middle of the night?
You could short Robinhood on Robinhood now.
You can short Robinhood on Robinhood. But what I'm saying is, like, I'm all for it because this gives people more opportunities to make poor decisions that we can profit from, right?
Wait. Hold on.
Stop.
Pause
You
it.
haven't been able to short stocks on Robinhood all this time?
I had that same question.
Is that what this means, JC? That can't be right.
Yes, that's what it means.
Oh my gosh.
No. You could trade futures and you could trade stocks on Sundays on Robinhood, but you can't short them? That can't be right. Chat, somebody fact check this.
You can house
No
your
way.
Roth IRA there, but you can't short stocks.
There's no way.
Wow.
Think about that. JC.
Dude, you can buy cryptos and you could probably bet on the Monday Night Football game if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, now you can short stocks too.
Oh my god. Great.
With the, it's incredible what they're building over there. Look, I'm a believer.
How much in AUM do you think that they have? Guess, go. Don't look.
Well, it's got to be apples to apples. So, like, how much does Schwab have?
How much? Guess. Just go. Stop. Go.
Tell me how much someone else has.
100 billion.
Go.
100
No,
billion.
look at more than that, dude. More than that.
220.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wasn't that off.
What does Schwab have? 500?
Isn't Schwab at a trillion? Schwab's not at a trillion?
I think Schwab's at a trillion.
Right.
Yeah.
Remember, they bought TD.
So, on your way, Robinhood.
How
Well,
about that?
that's probably how much does Coinbase have? Can we check? Can somebody ask ChatGPT?
I don't actually know. Yeah. Let's see.
That's public. That's out there. You can find that. Coinbase has 250. Is that right, Joel? Well, I'll bet you. I'll bet you.
425 as of June 30th.
Yeah. Well, a lot of money. A lot of money sloshing around on the Coinbase, huh?
That Coinbase has 420.
Ew. Not bad. Not bad.
So for
We're gonna
future proof, so I'm heading back now, guys. But on the future proof, I was asking a lot of people. I mean, people know it's a bull market, but like, they're like laughing about it. They're like, yeah, like with that look, like, yeah, for now, like there wasn't a lot of giddiness, I got to tell you, out here. I mean, it was a fun party. People were having a good time, but I'm not getting the, oh my God, bull market forever kind of vibes.
No, I mean, that's probably because yesterday there was the big headline from yesterday from the economy was this downward revision in jobs, right? They just casually overstated.
So what's the story? So what's the story? The Biden's lied about the jobs. It's actually worse, and that means rates go down.
Is that
what that means? Am I right?
What is he talking about?
It's a happy coincidence that rates are going to go down anyway, right? But essentially, the Bureau of Labor Statistics said, "Oops, we overstated the number of new jobs that were added going back to April of last year. We overstated it by almost 1 million. Our bad. So,
oops."
Yeah. So from was it April? I think it was. Oh no, it was March. It was March of last year to where we are today. So a year and a half, call it.
How are they off by 1 million, and why does it take them so long to admit to that?
I do think that reporting this getting this data is not as easy as you would think. A lot of it is based on surveys that are done in real time, and there's a lag, a natural lag, so there's going to be corrections. That being said,
but they're off by 1 million, and this is data from a year and a half ago. And they're off by 1 million.
Said, no, it's not from a year. Well, it's over the course of a year and a half, right? So this is now the second or third year in a row. There's been a big downward revision in way after the fact. In new jobs, there was a big revision last year as well, and the year before.
These people have one job. Their job is to count, and they can't do that.
So,
this is more of a political story than a markets story.
the reason I bring this up though is to say like this is sort of like an under the hood thing, and like what Jason's been pounding the table on for the last few weeks or months is that people are bearish, right? Like in the surveys, the survey data is all bearish, and maybe that is because under the surface, at least from an economy standpoint, not markets, but economy, things aren't as good as they may appear. And yesterday's headline kind of would support that idea. Now, the economy and the market are two different things. We know this, of course. So, but maybe that is why, JC, people are not like rah bull market at this event you were at, because there is some sort of there's some one-eyed skepticism about how much longer this will go, right?
Usually people just get to feeling bullish because they're making money. So I'm just surprised that that's not happening.
Yeah, no, I hope Spencer's right. I hope Spencer's right. These people, listen, it's just science. It's impossible to see what's right in front of you if your head is up your ass.
Oh.
Right? Like, it's just, you can't. It's impossible, right? Like, there's no way around that.
So how about like presentation wise, any interesting speakers or anything?
The only speakers I saw were Blues Traveler and
Bush.
Yeah,
I knew that was coming.
Did you play pickleball?
I did not play pickleball. Gavin Rosdale is really starting to look a lot like Ray Liotta. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
All right.
Like, seriously, it's uncanny at this point. It really looked like it was Ray Liotta out there singing.
Any crypto stuff at the last Miami conference? It was heavy crypto, which was interesting.
Oh, Brian Lund got you a hat. Brian Lund got you a PSIL hat.
Yeah, he's too good. He's too good to me, that Brian Lund.
Yeah.
Who won best swag? who won best swag?
Oh, I don't even know. I didn't hang out much for the financial advisor stuff. I was just there for the parties and the concert.
You didn't fill up a swag bag?
I bet you there's.
I did not. I did that a couple of years ago when you told me to, and my wife told me to throw it all away.
Anybody get caught on the kiss cam during the Bush concert? Everybody behaved.
Yeah. Ben and Michael.
What was the best food?
No, it was a good time. Everybody was there. It was good.
All right, great. Let's talk about small cap industrials before Kenny comes on. Yeah? No? Yep. Maybe? Okay. Hey, Chewy's getting chewed up out here today. I'm changing my mind on this. I'm not in anymore. You know that, JC? I'm not in anymore. They let me down too.
What? Because the stock sucks, so it doesn't matter what a great company it is?
Because as much as I want to like, it's like I want to like it more than I should. I'm using Walmart and Amazon more and more for the pet stuff. There's really nothing that Chewy has that you can't get other places, and they don't have great options for my turtles. So, let me down a little bit.
So Chewy doesn't have turtle stuff.
Not good.
So Myrtle the turtle has to shop elsewhere?
Look, my turtles get only the highest quality things for their terrarium. So
I mean, the stock has gone from 14 to 45 after the close yesterday. So.
Once you start venturing down the stranger corners of the pet world, and I'm talking about reptiles, it's a whole different game you're playing.
Dude, Strazza is such a Florida man that he owns reptiles, right? He's got bougie reptiles.
Hey.
Right, that's what a Florida man.
What was that?
Strazza, can we talk China, please? Because I'm here at the conference, trying to enjoy myself, and these things are ripping. Yeah. What happened? What the hell happened to KC? Wow.
Yeah, KC good. Giving some back here this morning, looks like.
Not really.
That's okay.
A little bit.
A little bit. But look, JD printed. I think that's the big story. That's the big story, right? Because when bull markets really get going, you have this theme where the laggards catch up to the leaders, and and it just keeps playing out, right? And then you get a new laggard, and that eventually catches up to the leaders, right? And the bad ones look more and more like the good ones over and over and over again. And that's like the broadening and the rotation that you get. And we're seeing that now with the biggest, growth stories or growth companies out in China. JD, you couldn't find a worse looking chart among the big tech companies, and really dug in here. Beautiful scoop and score. So I love to see that, right? Because Baidu, that was a story for Baidu just a couple weeks ago. So they're just one by one hitting all the bad ones, and they're starting to look more and more like Tencent and the good ones.
And then Strazza, correct me if I'm wrong, right? Because I mean, we own JD. I think both of us do, so I'm thrilled about it. But most people don't own JD. They'll be in the BABA, or they'll be in the big
Which is
ETFs
fine.
that have a lot of BABA and stuff like that.
This is good.
So, like, this is good for those stocks. Would you agree?
Yeah. If you're in BABA, you want to see JD doing well. If you're in PDD, same thing. You should feel good.
Dude, Harmon is talking about that tiger. That's the Robinhood of Southeast Asia. I like that tiger.
We're big in the tiger too. And look, there's other.
You're already in it.
Yeah.
You're in it.
Yep.
Oh,
Most of our members are.
I'm like in 5 or 6 other Asian stocks.
You can and should do that, right? Already, we're getting that risk on, that bullish risk on evidence. The animal spirits are out here and supporting the action that we're seeing in the bigger Chinese stocks and at the index level. But you can already start to go out, on the risk curve a little bit and get some sketchier stuff. There are some beautiful charts, whether it's the Tiger or the XPEV or the Kingsoft. We've named a couple of them. We were talking about the HSAI the other day. I think we have that chart. China has so many options. There's not another country in the world that has better options than China besides the United States. And also,
what's your favorite Chinese data center play? What's the best Chinese data center?
Probably Kingsoft.
Oh, is that what they do?
Is Kingsoft a data center? I didn't know that.
Pretty sure it's
JC. It's called Kingsoft Cloud Holdings, so that would make sense.
Come on.
All right, guys, I'm gonna jump on a flight. I'll see you guys later.
Wait.
Safe travel.
Okay.
Nice life.
Yeah. Dude, JC loves his early morning flights. He loves it.
But you could do the sketchy stuff, is the bottom line. I'm doing an early morning flight to Toronto because I want to watch football, but just, any way I did it, I'm still going to miss most of the football. I hope they have TVs. Does anybody know if they have TVs on Air Canada? I'm flying Air Canada. Is that even safe? How are the planes? Canada does good with the planes?
I'm curious when you booked this flight. Because you probably don't know that what do they call it? The stewardesses were on strike. I don't know if that's the right. It's what anymore? They're not anymore, but they were. They were on strike for like a week, like a few weeks ago.
I booked the flight like 2 days ago.
Oh, okay, you're fine. No, there was a whole strike involved, and then it was over in a few days. But
it was the only way I could fly direct.
Yeah, all right. Okay, before we bring Kenny on, there's just so much movement. We mentioned Oracle, which is this has got to be its best day, and I don't know how.
One hold said JC just used Strazza like Chat GPT, then dipped. Rude. It's been happening for years.
Yeah. Shout out to Potbelly's sandwiches, delicious, getting acquired today. Private equity loves their sandwiches.
Shout out Goldbelly, who just delivered me my pizza yesterday. I got 4 pies from Sally's, a pizza. If you know, you know. I can't wait. I was gonna pop one in this morning. Like, how early is too early to eat some pizza pie?
You don't want to be eating anything at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. I don't think.
I could eat a whole pizza right now.
No, you don't want to do that.
You don't. You have no idea.
Okay. What else? God, why is my scanner? There's so many stocks up like 30, 40, 50, 60% this morning. What is that about? A lot of them are small.
It's a bull market. Spencer still doesn't know. We talk about it every morning.
But like, remember how quiet August was? There was like nothing happening.
Yeah. Well, choppy. It was a choppy summer. PPI, something I don't typically care about. Super cool. Where's the inflation? No inflation out here. Big miss. Big miss. Ice cold on the PPI front today. Hey, Bonds. How you doing, Bonds? I don't know.
More M&A. Jeez,
Ice
Louise.
cold on the inflation.
Yeah,
Love to
sorry.
see
I'm
it.
not following the PPI thing. Sorry. I don't.
What do you
I'm not.
mean?
JC has had this influence on me. I used to actually pay attention to a lot of that stuff, and now I really don't.
Don't apologize to me.
Yeah, JC. I used to be one of these, like, one of those guys. I was like, oh, the jobs number. Oh, did it beat? Did it miss? Oh, right. The CPI, the PPI, mostly those three. Not much. I wouldn't get more wonky than that. But now I'm like, I don't know if I care. Right. So what I care about is mortgage rates is what I care about.
You're doing all right.
Vimeo just agreed to get taken over. Vimeo. What is Bending Spoons?
No.
What the heck is that? That's what they're called. Bending Spoons. That's the is that?
Got nothing.
All right. If you own Vimeo, you're gonna get $7.85 per share, for each share of Vimeo that you own. So
throw up my Solana chart. Do we have my Solana chart? You know what? What's a monthly PPO crossover mean for you? Spencer's mean anything?
Not a whole lot. You should explain it to the people.
It's probably the least noisy, just due to the time frame, right? You could use a PPO. It's just like a MACD. It's just a moving average convergence divergence system. PPO just right sizes it based on the percent move instead of absolute price. And when you get these crossovers, a lot of people are familiar with the way these crossovers look. On a monthly, that's like the longest term new uptrend kind of situation. And it tends to be one of the most reliable signals I've ever seen from a momentum standpoint, right? And what do I mean by that is you get daily crosses, even weekly crosses all the time that end up failing. Right? You see signals fail all the time over those time frames. But on the monthly, this thing moves so damn slow. When you do get the crossovers, first of all, they're incredibly rare. Right? You'll cross over every couple of years. Tends to be a powerful signal, and Solana just couldn't be a cleaner chart here, right? So I think this thing breaks out.
Well,
you're going to get a ripper to new all-time highs. I think this thing's going to 1,000. I think Solana is going to have $1 trillion market cap, or whatever the equivalent to a market cap in crypto is. And this is just one of the best trades on the sheets right now. It's also the new leader in crypto, by the way.
So wait, if I'm reading this right, the crossover hasn't happened yet.
It's not happened yet, but look, it's moving in that direction. Right, so if price doesn't fall the next month or two, that crossover will be in the books. You can anticipate these things, for crying out loud. No, it hasn't happened yet.
All right.
It's going to happen. You get it next month.
Man, you've had quite a year on the Solana front. Just Solana alone. You've gone this way, that way, this way, that way, this way, that way.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, the first quarter or two were rough.
Yeah.
For a lot of things. Last quarter, we had the post-election surge last year. People forget what happened after these cryptos and some of these risk assets. And then we walked right into the big March sell-off. We deserve a nice year-end rally.
Oh, we do? We deserve a year-end rally? Okay.
Seriously, I think we do.
Timestamp it, everyone. September 10th. 8:57 Eastern time. We deserve a year-end rally.
I think you want to be so aggressively long right now, looking for a big leg up out of this summer consolidation. We're so coiled up here. I don't think there has been a longer list of bullish evidence and a shorter list of bearish evidence this entire cycle. I think this is the time to press the gas. I think it's the time to get creative. I think it's the time to look at the weakest groups and the stuff that has not worked at all for catch-up trades. Participation is broadening. Funds are flowing everywhere, far and wide, even China. I don't know if you've heard, even China. So some of the most risk-on areas around the world, and just U.S. markets here, you could just go and buy the sketchiest stuff. Shout out quantum computing stocks. They look great again. Space and exploration looks fantastic again. Cryptos look fantastic again. So a lot you could do. Or you go buy the financials, buy the industrials. We wrote about industrials yesterday. We're going to share a couple charts after our guests. We'll talk about small cap industrials index. Actually, I would rather be there than a large cap industrials. True. Do we have Kenny?
Yeah, John Glover says, Kenny is here.
Kenny.
It's a good time to be Kenny because there is junky things happening every day, and Kenny loves it. So let's bring him out.
Kenny market.
This is definitely a Kenny market.
It's been a long time coming. They ain't cuffing my clock, they tugging. Putting up numbers, 99 problems, and I still kept it 100. Hold up. Yeah.
Get Strazza going. Let's go. Come on now.
Coming in hot.
Shout out Peter Tosh, my man. So I heard the funniest thing this morning, or I think it was last night. Somebody told me I need to worry about the economic data release this morning because if it comes in hot, and as soon as he said comes in hot, I was just like, Peter Tosh is involved? Wait a minute, what's going on? Economic data matters? To whom? To who? I'm with Strazza. I'm thinking 20% rip into the end of the year. Qs are flirting with 700 by Christmas. Let's go. Let's go.
Hell yeah. And Kenny, remember,
I'm here
people
for it.
forget. People forget so quickly. We've seen massive year-end chases this cycle, like every year. So
Right.
I think they just do it again.
And what have we done since August 18th on the Qs? We basically stopped going up and now have consolidated for a month. Now what's going to happen? We're going to go down? Why? Why would we go down? It's a new industrial revolution, kids. AI, quantum, space, rockets, robots, chips. And now just mention MicroStrategy or some sort of Ripple treasury and your stock's going 6,000x.
That's great.
I'm scraping nickels together on Open Trade yesterday, watching QMMM go from 17 to 303.
And then what happened?
Are you afraid to short some of these treasury stories though? Like you can't go.
I caught some on the Octo, and I blinked and I missed the QMMM, and I think there was something with a C the other day, CW something or other. I mean, there's one every day.
WD.
Yeah, there is.
Some of them you couldn't even get a short off. They wanted to charge me $700 for like 500 shares.
Kenny, I think that's the issue actually. Is that with all these things, is you can't short them, right?
Right. Surprisingly enough, like BMNR became shortable, Octo became shortable. A lot of them were shortable.
BMNR is super liquid already.
Yeah. That one got a little bit better. But these pump and dumps in the morning, a lot of them just get dumped even before the open. Like I've been watching AEHL just now. That just rolled over. This thing was $3, went to 35. Standard 10x. You have to go 10x, and then if you're crazy enough to be buying these things up there. You guys remember HKD? I think everybody thinks every stock's going to be HKD. HKD was the champion of all of these. It went from $1.50 to $2,500 in one day.
Did it really?
When people say, who in their right mind is buying this stock that was just $3 at 50?
That was 3 years ago. I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, and it really went there. It traded about 6 or 7 shares up there at 2,500. Anybody out there the bag holder in HKD? But I think that's so. The question always is like, who's buying these things up here? I don't know. But man, oh man. You bought, Octo. I was buying Octo at 57.50 because the momentum was still there and you were still breaking ranges and you figured it was going to go to 80, and it did. But, if you're not nimble on these names, it's over. It's over. One of these trades go wrong for you and you've just blown up, a lot of hard work. So,
Kenny, I've been looking at some of these crazy high flyers the past few days, especially with your indicators. You can't always wait for these things to break below your VWAPs, right? That's too late.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Most of it's just range breaks and, just old school market mechanics. The stocks that go to 50 get you 80, 80 get you 120. And then you'll see, once they get up to that 120 mark, those numbers that I was taught back in the 90s still come into play. So, and again, if they have no options, they have no way for the traders to hedge themselves. That's why they, that's why they get squeezed. The ones that have options, there's more ways that the shorter can protect themselves. You won't get the parabolic move, but it's just about the range breaks, and then some of these stocks that even when they came crashing down, I think the one I can't remember because there's so many so far, the stock went from 55 down to the VWAP, which was at 20, and then it still broke VWAP and went to $7. So there's still money on the table, even when VWAP comes into play. So,
but
I love
too fast.
I just see an inexperienced trader, market person is looking at all this crazy shit and saying, "Oh, this is the top. Stay away from these things. I'm going to short them." Kenny's out here YOLOing stuff because really all this means when you have this press release driven market where these, treasury companies are zooming hundreds of % every single morning. Really all that means is it speaks to a bullish risk appetite and liquidity backdrop for traders and investors. This is like a green light, buy everything kind of market, not a be afraid market.
And you know what? To that point, when some of the stuff that I've been taught in the 90s still plays out today. Usually this is beyond irrational exuberance. This used to be the signs of a top. This used to be like, all right, we're getting a little carried away here. This market is going to correct any day now. But we've been seeing this action now since COVID, basically. COVID really just woke day traders up. Everybody was trapped in the house. And the addiction is growing and growing. Every kid's got 2 apps on their phone. Everybody's into crypto. Everybody's into this. And when I talk to people and I say, "Hey, what do you think about this market?" And I'm talking to hedge fund guys, are like, my clients are calling me, yelling at me to buy more stuff.
Yep.
And they don't want any money on the sideline. They want all in. My dad's 82. Thank you, Dad, for still owning Oracle since IPO.
Nice.
I called him last night. You still own it, right? He's like, "Yeah, I don't sell." My dad's a collector of stocks.
Hey, good for him. It's been good lately.
Yeah, unbelievable. I actually told him, I was like, "Can you sell 20 shares just to say you sold something at a profit?" Because he just keeps going up. It's the Qs and Cisco and Oracle. He's so old school. He's so 90s. It's great. But you know what? They all came back. I cannot believe what I'm looking at with this Oracle. It was $175 just 2 quarters ago. And that earnings report that spurred it over 200, to see this thing at 320, this is crazy. To have a company like this being up 33% on just an earnings report. But you know what? Bull market.
10 years ago, we would talk about this one as one of the dogs that was still below its .com bubble highs.
Yeah.
But over the course of past 8 years, whenever it broke out over there around 50, 5-6x since then. So it's become like a Mag 7 type stock. Nobody really treats it that way or thinks about it that way. But this earnings report is just another example that really we probably should consider it as.
It's never in that conversation. Ever.
No, never.
No.
Probably should be.
Yeah.
They print money. Like, they're built in the same way. They dominate an industry. They're fucking cash cow, but more money than God, right? They could take all these different shots. Great operators, right? 2 great guys running this company forever. So yeah, lots like there. I'm a fan of
also, again, another reason that this software stocks, they've kind of been a lagger. Those are going to start coming up, and it's just like one sector after another. We're not going to talk about the sector you tried to get me into yesterday, but I don't care about that sector.
Don't say it.
But it's just this market. It's just finding the money's just finding itself and then rallying, rally. It is just something to behold, and the underlying bid is just absolutely amazing.
Kenny, I better be the first one to know when you finally buy your first China stock.
I'll buy the weed stocks first.
No, Kenny's going to buy a Chinese stock. But he's not going to know that it's a Chinese stock. That's the thing.
That's going to be the case. That'll be the case. It'll be some $2.
He's going to buy it by accident. He's going to realize it after the fact.
Oh, that won't count. Has to be intentional. And we got to know.
I better check what I own. I don't know. Is V-Wave Chinese? By the way,
you don't even know. That's my point.
The shit you're trading, you definitely own a Chinese stock right now.
Right. Yeah. Well, actually, I bought more V-Wave. This is an interesting chart. You guys look at V-Wave. This is interesting. They just created options, and if you guys, if you obviously trade options, you guys know. I know you guys know what I'm talking about here. The September $10 call was $1.10 when the stock was around $10.50. You could have went all the way out to
this was an
January, and you're
IPO?
only charging 15 cents extra. That was just an undervalued moment right there. We started piling in at 120. The option went to 220 that day just because it was undervalued. And I like this chart. This is a nice, it had a monster reaction candle, and we've been inside that candle the whole time. It's a very interesting company. It's in the space you want to be in, AI, drones.
Yeah, what was this an IPO in
Yeah,
July?
yeah. I think it was one of the SPACs, or it was an IPO that nobody heard about.
It's back this summer, it looks like.
Yes, big fan. I am a big fan. I bought more yesterday. I've been buying this thing since it broke over 10. And, you know, we're only 2.5 points away from all-time highs. And in this market, stock breaks all-time highs. Got to go 10x, baby.
I love me a SPAC when it breaks above $10, right? So,
I love this. Options now, so I don't own the stock. I own the options, and it's just a nice, cheap way to play the stock. There's just so many. There's so many good ones I own. I love the drones. I got the Mob. You know, I got the UMAC. I got the rare earths. By the way, if you guys know another one, UU.
Oh, uranium. I'm so long.
Uranium meets rare earth.
It's a U.S. rare earth story.
Yes, all-time highs as well. So, and also DNN if you're into the mining of the uranium.
I have been trading these shit uranium stocks for so long. I've been waiting for these giant bases to finally break out. I've lost so much money probably trading these things. They're finally working. I'm like in the leaps. I love them.
Yeah, leaps is where you want to be. And on DNN, you could buy yourself a 250 call going out almost 2 years for basically 20 cents. Yeah. Yeah.
Kenny, UUU is at a 13-year high.
It looks so good. Zoom out.
Oh, it's not all-time highs? I thought it was all-time
highs. It is not even close to all-time highs.
Oh, no way. Really?
Yeah. All-time high is like 80. But
no, just imagine the runway. That's where it's going. Spencer, get on board.
Oh, what chart? I was looking at. Is it been around for more than 20 years? I was looking at a 20-year chart.
Yeah. This is one of the old school uranium names.
Get the heck out of here. Wow.
Giant bases out there.
Wow. It's
20, the all-time high is not 80. The all-time high is 240. My bad. I didn't go back for it.
Oh, is this a split adjusted stock? I don't know how I feel about it anymore, but all right. I just started buying it the other day.
Reverse splits get you again. All right.
No, I'm seeing like 75 for the all-time highs. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
I have bad data. Sorry. Okay. Kenny, we'll let you go. Keep on keeping on. We'll see you at 11 o'clock. You're not going live at noon. You're going live at 11 o'clock today on the channel.
Yes.
If you want to see what Kenny traded from now, I guess, to 11, he'll talk about it at 11. So right here.
And also, I'll mention I have a podcast. We talked about what may derail the bull market with our fun fundamentalist Don Corleone from StockTwits and Twitter. So it was a good podcast.
All right, that podcast is going live in the coming days here. I'm very excited for that. We'll talk more about that when it happens. See you, Kenny.
See you guys at 11. See you.
All right.
Thanks, Kenny.
All right. We got Riley in the house. We do. Before we bring him on, was there anything that I missed? Let me just look at
throw up my PSCI.
My screens here.
Actually, let's start with the performance chart. Mexico ripping, our man Hagen. Shout out Mexico. Are you in the EU?
No, I've never owned anything Mexico related.
I'm in the EU. I got a little EU. Okay. Small caps. We have, I think we've told the story, pretty well on here all summer about banks, regional banks, like even community banks, small financial companies in general. There's just so many of them, and biotechs. Those are the major industry groups, right, at the subsector level that really do the driving for the Russell 2000. I mean, these two groups together make up almost half the index. It's crazy. There's another like unsung hero to the recent strength, really the strength, the consistent strength out of small caps since last year, and that's the industrial sector. So industrial is a lot more diverse than the financials or the healthcare, right, which is mostly banks, mostly biotechs. You have like such a wide range of stocks in small cap industrials. You have the really growthy stuff, Spencer, right, like the drones and the space and exploration. A lot of that falls actually under industrials. And then you also have like just the traditional building products, waste management services, right? Water pollution control systems, like just steady compounding businesses. So we dove in. We said, we've given the banks enough love, the biotechs we've talked about enough. We got to dive in, see what's going on under the hood in the industrial space for small caps. And really, this is an old story. All year long, we're about 9% in the PSCI, far outperforming anything else in the small cap space. This is a performance chart showing you how all the other sectors have fared on a small cap level. You see discretionary, they're up 5%. Financials have been excellent as well, up 7%. Materials have done pretty well. You see tech down towards the bottom. It's funny. I was joking with some guys on the analyst team. It's like in the small cap space, the industrials are the tech. They're almost always leading. They're like consistent leaders there. Here's what PSCI looks like right now.
Is there a reason for that? Like, is there like a narrative that we can tell ourselves about why that is? Maybe it's because
I don't have a good answer.
Yeah, maybe it's because of
They
industrials.
seem to have better stocks.
Maybe they're more likely to get acquired. That doesn't make sense.
No.
If anyone has any ideas in the chat as to why,
and it's broad too, right? Because a lot of these indexes, they're not equal weighted, but there's a lot of components in them. So this is PSCI. It's just a basket of small cap industrial stocks. You can see it's right back there, right at cycle highs, threatening to break out again. Next target would have it all the way towards 190. And this has been a great basket, right? This has been a really good index. Boy, you've been a lot better off holding this than something like IWM. So, for investment managers, RIA folks, I think PSCI, not a bad option. I think you have a liquidity problem there. You probably find maybe a different fund that's more liquid, but small cap industrials for the win. Here's our favorite one. This is Resi. Yeah, Residio Technologies. You're getting a little trend reversal here relative to, the small cap basket, small cap industrials. And what a beautiful base breakout, multi-year base breakout. 33 is a big level. We're above there. I think path of least resistance higher towards 51. And here are the names if you guys want to check them out. These are some of the strongest stocks, consistent outperformers on a year-to-date basis in the small cap industrial space. And you could see it. You could see just the wide diversity of names in there. You got the boring stuff, waste management, engineering, construction, metal fabrication, and then you have like the aerospace, drone stuff,
and randomly like brings home security.
Yeah, right. That's the armored trucks.
Right? Okay. I thought that was like alarms, and maybe
it's both, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
You're probably right.
Yeah, right. Riley has a theory as to why industrials are small caps.
I want to hear it.
Yeah, let's hear it, Riley.
Here.
What's up, gents?
What's up?
How we doing?
Good. What is your theory as to why industrials seem to outperform other sectors in the small cap space?
I think because it's more likely that we're going to see smaller, good companies out of the industrial space go public versus in that tech space, in the tech sector. If we see some companies go public, they're usually like already graduated past the mid or the small cap basket.
Yeah.
Like how many small cap technology companies do we see go public that eventually turn into something in a few years? It's very rare. It feels like a
handful. Yeah, not many. You used to, but not anymore. Sadly.
Yeah.
All right. I'm down with that theory. Just a theory, but I'm down.
Theory.
I'm down with that.
It's true.
I'm down with that.
If it's true.
I'm down with that. All right, Riley. It's a great time to be Kenny. It's a great time to be you as well, because a lot of stocks in your universe. I'm looking at Joby this morning, up 7% here, right? I'm looking at we talked about crypto. I'm looking at Open Door. I'm looking at all this stuff. What's Palantir this morning? What's going on in your world? What are you looking at?
Well, Joby's certainly interesting with its partnership with Uber. But again, within the flying cars and the EV toll space, like it's too early. Like we're talking about 2026 for these partnerships to go off. We still haven't seen a commercial flight anywhere in the world. I'm really watching Dubai and Osaka as far as the flying cars go to see like, okay, are they actually going to do demonstrations? Are they going to let people ride in the demonstrations? That's going to give us a better timeline for that. I really like these connectivity plays though. Fonz, if we want to throw up that chart 11, I don't know if we can pull that one up. Here we got the connectivity composite, which features A-Lab, Credo, TE connectivity, and then CLS. This is an absolute banger of a chart. Look at that thing going from those lows in April just up into the right.
Wow.
And then you can kind of look at each individual stock. I put the charts just following if we want to run through them quick. They all have this similar pattern. And frankly, I don't want to ignore the high and tight action in these names because this is what is enabling our technology to accelerate, right? They're connecting different devices, different machines so they can operate interchangeably with each other. And it's fascinating. It's absolutely fascinating. We saw the semis go. Now we're kind of seeing the connectivity plays go. There's so much, though. I think if Steve was on here, he would kind of lament, like, you really can't go wrong if you're just going to be fishing in a high growth pond. Like, it's tough to lose money, it feels like, this week. So if you're struggling to find good charts, you might be not looking hard enough, is what I would say.
To your point about the valuations, what is the market cap of these things? I'm going to look it up right now because I'm guessing these are all like smalls or mids, right? Like what is Celestia? What is CLS?
I think A-Lab is going to be your largest at like just under 36. Celestia is 28.
Yeah.
TE connectivity is 61 billion.
Oh wow.
And then Credo we got here at 25 billion. So I mean, they're not nothing. Like
no, they're all bigger than I would have thought, honestly.
They're decent size.
Yeah.
We got a comment in the chat. Matt, please talk about Tesla. Well, the story with Tesla is really there isn't any news, but the stock looks absolutely ripe. I did throw that one in the deck. I think we got, yeah, there we go. We're gapping up a few percentage points this morning. Spencer, if we get above this 360, 365 level, we got to keep an eye on this thing. Like this name trades so volatile and like it has its mind of its own. And I also know from trading Tesla in the past, like they don't want to give us a clean entry. Like these are one of those names that they just really try and shake you out as much as possible. They might gap it up 30 points in the morning before they run it. Nobody wants to chase it. So that's kind of why my whole thing has been like accumulate and wait in this name, because once this thing gets going, it's going to go. It's going to go.
I mean, we see this with Tesla pretty much on the regular, right? It has these huge moves and then it just consolidates for.
It does nothing. It teases everybody. It says, "Hey, I'm going to go."
It's only been 3 months of this though. Like that to me, that's not a very long time for Tesla to do nothing, right?
No, I'm gonna push back on it. It's been 3 months in this sideways consolidation, but we're still well below the Q4 2024 highs.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So we have this micro consolidation within a grander consolidation. But yeah, this is a name that we got to keep an eye on, because once they run it, they're gonna push it hard.
All right, I'm with you. I know JC was pounding the table on this a little while back, but Riley, I'm with you. If Tesla is above, call it 360, then I'm probably gonna dip my toes in the water.
Dude, if Tesla's above 360, I got to think it's going to 500.
But don't set it and forget it. You got to have a stop with Tesla.
Oh, for sure.
It's gonna eat you. It's gonna eat you up.
It's gonna eat you up. It's gonna eat you up. Did you guys? I missed kind of the early part of the morning show.
Yeah.
Did you guys touch on the Joby Uber?
No, not at all.
Okay. Well,
Joby, as I said, is up what 7? What is it up this morning?
Like 7-ish percent.
7% this morning.
Yeah. So let's take a look at that chart, because I know we've been talking about these eVTOL advanced air mobility companies.
So from what I understand, you're going to be able to book one of these Blade helicopters through Uber. Is that right?
Yeah, but it won't be a helicopter. It's going to be an eVTOL, right? So it's an electric helicopter. Yeah. But I think what's really interesting, and I would love Steve's perspective on this, Blade and Joby have a really interesting relationship, because I want to say it was back in like 2016, 17, 18, somewhere in there. Uber announced the Uber Elevate program, which was a helicopter rideshare service. They then sold that to Blade. Now they're partnering back up with Blade. So it's just really interesting. And I would love, if I could be a fly on the wall of these boardroom discussions, because all these guys like know each other. They've gone through these deals multiple times. So I'm really curious to see how this deal actually shakes out. Joby and the Archer are actually kind of the outliers in this growth story, though. We're talking about how you can kind of just throw a dart at any chart and you're going to hit it. These names don't look so great. So you might want to be kind of a little bit more cautious as to chasing the news in these names. But again, the ramifications of what flying cars and advanced air mobility have, I don't think we'd fully understand. And so it's kind of in that similar narrative of Tesla, but maybe even to a smaller scale of like, just slowly start accumulating and waiting. Like we got to just see how this whole thing plays out, because nobody would have predicted what happened with automobiles when they first rolled an automobile and everybody had a horse and buggy. Like we had no idea what was coming next.
I think you're right. I think it all, like most things, it all comes down to your time horizon. If your time horizon is 5 months, maybe this isn't for you.
Good luck.
If your time horizon is 5 years, all right, but don't come crying to us in 5 months. You know what I mean? Like if your time horizon is 5 years, and then be serious.
Well, and Spencer, I feel like I'm in such a beautiful position because I'm so young, where my time horizon's probably closer to 50 years. And it's like in 50 years, I'm probably going to have a flying car. I'm definitely not going to be driving my own car.
I don't think anybody's going to drive their own car in 50 years.
Exactly. Did you guys touch on this WorldCoin news at all? I'm going to be talking about it with Jason this afternoon on the Godspeed TV program, but
yeah, not the WorldCoin itself, but yes, this was from Monday, right? Mm-hmm. The Dana Ives joined is the chair of this company. Is going to add WorldCoin to their treasury. Did the ticker actually change? No, that's the actual WorldCoin. What's the ticker again on the stock?
On the debt?
No, on the company. It was what was the ticker? It was from Monday. It was Octo, right? OCTO. Yeah. That was it. Yeah. Okay. What's happened? You got to keep an eye on these things because they go crazy. Yeah. So Octo on Monday went from, a couple bucks to $83. It's at 36 right now. And that was all because they're adding WorldCoin to their treasury, and Dana Ives as the chairman of the board, right? So
I think though we need to be really, really careful with how we play this WorldCoin news. I think you can't be touching this debt stuff. Like if you want exposure and you have kind of confidence in this mission that is WorldCoin, that is kind of outlandishly crazy, like I would really, really try to avoid getting into this debt stuff. I don't know. Tell me if I'm wrong, Spencer. It just seems like the biggest bubbles in markets are always around financial services products. And like the reason there's such big bubbles is because there's not a ton tied to them. And then when they unravel, it's like, okay, everyone's just left holding the bag. And what do we got?
You're right. But you try sitting at your desk every morning and seeing another stock rip 1,000% without you, right? Every day. It's happening every day now. Right?
It's happening every day.
Some companies adding, yes, there are rippers every day. There are always stocks doing crazy stuff. But every day for the past week or so, or maybe more, companies are ripping specifically because they are adding some crypto, doesn't matter what the crypto is, to their treasury, right? And they are going up 1, 2, 500%, 1,000%, 2,000%. And it can be very hard to sit back and do nothing because it looks so good, right?
It can be very, very challenging. But then when you lose 70% because you're chasing a name that's ripping 1,000%, that doesn't feel good. I do want to touch on Giant Robot Boy's comment. Have you seen Unitree selling basic robots for $5,600 right now? Yes. And they're planning an IPO for later this year, $7 billion valuation for a Chinese robotics company. That is not nothing. That is something we got to keep an eye on for 2026. I think robots are the story for 2026. It's kind of how I'm looking at it. We have the year of the horse, year of the robot. I think it all fits.
Bottom line, I think we can all agree that money is being made. And just
There's
because
so much money.
Just
being
because
made.
money is being made like on like stupid stuff does not mean that like you can't also look for opportunities and like real longer term things like the the EV tolls or even just humanoids with Tesla for what there are long term things happening. Don't think that it's all about the short term because and that's what Riley that's what you focus on all the time, right? Is you are a longer term guy, right?
Well, I want to focus on the longer term stuff because we're going to have 10x, 100x moves that are real companies like Amazon from the .com bubble. Like they're going to be real companies that emerge from this. And again, I'm so young. I don't want to be shooting myself in the foot trying to chase headlines when we all can kind of see where this is going. Like robots are coming, flying cars are coming. You guys touched on the nuclear stocks today. The uranium names look absolutely fantastic. Connectivity looks great. Like we're seeing a whole bunch of news within space communications. I don't know if you saw the SpaceX news with EchoStar. They're trying to get direct.
Oh, from a few days ago. Yeah.
Like it's all happening. So do I want to, I mean, I've already been trading for 10 years and I've made plenty of mistakes. So do I want to continue to shoot myself in the foot, chasing the sexy thing, or just like lean into the fact that this might take a little bit longer than we realize and adjust my position sizing accordingly so I don't get priced out of this stuff and ride the wave. Ride the wave, man.
If you want to ride the wave with Riley, get Godspeed. It is a free note that goes out several times a week. The link is on the screen. It's godspeed.today. Riley, you do great work. And you go live every Wednesday at 5 Eastern time. What's on the docket for today?
We're going to touch on WorldCoin. I'm having my buddy Jason come up. We actually went on a hike, I don't know, it was maybe 6 weeks ago. And we were kind of just shooting the shit, talking about WorldCoin, like thinking how crazy and outlandish could this be? We've been following the story, so I'm excited to have him come back on, share his perspective. We're going to touch on Apple's event a little bit from yesterday.
Oh, didn't even mention Apple today. Didn't even mention Apple.
How about that? It was inconsequential. There's one product that I was really excited to see, but I'm a little bit, not thrilled at their execution, but the language translating.
I was going to say the real time translation, but then I realized, wait a minute, you both have to be wearing AirPods.
You would, right? But like we're not that far from that. I'm sure you could stumble into New York City and maybe 6 out of 7 or 6 out of 10 people are probably wearing AirPods inherently. So like we're already cyborgs.
I was like, that sounds cool, but then imagine talking to someone and you have AirPods and they have AirPods, and
here's my beef, Spencer. I'm over Bluetooth headphones. I'm over Bluetooth being close to my brain. Give me corded headphones that translate. And I remember when we were in Asia, like a few years ago, it was like, how great would this experience be if I had something in my brain, in my head that just translated? Because when we went to Japan, dude, I don't understand, but like the language barrier in Tokyo was more difficult than anywhere else we went. It was wild. It's like you can't totally get away with just speaking English in Tokyo. Everywhere else we went, like it wasn't that big of an issue. So I'm really excited to see that. I don't think Apple's going to be the only one who's going to be doing something like that. I think Google probably has something like that out of their little headphone buds. But I think that's an interesting narrative, Spencer, in the sense that you didn't even talk about Apple. I was tweeting yesterday. I was like, remember when Apple...
It was on my list. I swear to you. It was on my list. I swear to you. And then I just forgot, right?
Well, like what? 10 years ago, if Apple had an event, everybody just shut down for the day and was like, okay, what is Apple coming out with?
Not 10 years ago, like 3 years ago, right?
Yeah.
4 years ago, yeah.
But they're
I'm waiting for the foldable phone.
Foldable phone. How about an Apple humanoid? I really have this theory that we're moving on from the cell phone era, and I think there's going to be a companion device within the humanoid element. Maybe it's a pendant type thing. I don't know. That's not my job, but there's there's some crazy things coming down the pipe. So I'm super excited. But yeah, the lack of enthusiasm from Apple, I think, is pretty significant. And we'll touch on Tesla a little bit too. So
Apple iPhone events used to be they were the top story of the day whenever they would announce these, because they only have this event, like, I guess they have it twice a year now because they have the spring event and the fall event. But yeah, it's not the top
well,
story
here's
this
okay.
morning.
So here's a really interesting thing. So I tweeted about it yesterday, and then I got a reply.
Yeah.
Shout out Rob Petrozzo, the founder of Rally Road. Super cool, like, product tech guy.
Yeah.
I said, I remember when Apple events were more memorable than Christmas. And he said, seriously, it used to stop work in every tech office.
That's right. Yeah. At my last job, every single developer we had would hole up in a conference room with a TV and just and get pizza and just watch.
Dude, I would get yelled at in school because I'm just sitting there watching, like, oh, what new iPhone came out, or like, what are the new products that are coming out?
Yeah.
It's gone are those days, unfortunately.
The times are changing. All right, it is 9:34. Let's get out of here. Markets are open, and what are they doing? They're doing good things. I see mostly green on my screen, a little bit of red here and there, mostly green. So let's skedaddle. Riley, we'll catch you at 5:00 today for Godspeed Live. We have what are my options with Sean McLaughlin live at he's doing his thing at 11 o'clock. We got what do we have? The Hot Corner, if you remember, of the Insider, you'll get your weekly video. Kenny going live, Jeff Mackey going live at 1 o'clock. A lot going on today on the channel. So we'll see you guys for all that stuff. Go make some money and YOLO responsibly.
Thanks,
Riley.
Spencer. Have fun, folks.
I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs.